All right, what's up everyone? Welcome to the Surfside PPC YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be going over Google Ads conversion tracking. So I'm going to go over how to track conversions that are happening on your website. We're going to start with a really simple method for tracking conversions, but I'm going to go through a little bit of everything so you know how to track conversions when someone submits a form on your website, when someone clicks a specific button on your website, or when someone actually purchases something from your website. I'm also going to go through some engagement conversions as well, in case you want to measure how engaged people are on your website after they click on one of your Google Ads. So to get started, the first thing you're going to need is a Google Ads account, and you're also going to need a Google Analytics account. So we want to make sure that our accounts are linked together. So we're going to start in our Google Analytics account here, and what we're going to do is we're going to click on Google Ads linking. You want to make sure that you have your Google Ads account linked here. So what you do is you click on new link group, and as long as you're using the same Google account and you have a Google Ads account, it should come right up for you. So you click on new link group, you go through and you want to make sure you link your Google Ads account here. Now in Google Ads, what you can do is if you come to tools here and you open up the linked accounts page, you can see there's a lot of different accounts that you can link to your Google Ads account. So with Google Analytics, what we're going to do is we're going to click on details and we're going to open the page. So when you're in your linked accounts page, you can see something like this. So we have a bunch of client accounts here, but what you can see is with our Surfside PPC linked, so we have our account linked right here. So now we know that our Google Ads and our Google Analytics accounts are linked. This allows us to create goals in Google Analytics and import them into Google Ads as conversions, which I'll show you how to do. So we're going to come back over to Google Analytics here. Now, the other thing you need to make sure you have is your Google Analytics set up on your website. So there's a lot of different ways to do that. No matter what website provider you're using, if you do a quick Google search, they'll usually have how you can do that. Now, one of the simplest ways to do it is when you're in your Google Analytics account, you come right here to the admin screen. So this is where you're going to be doing everything for your Google Ads linking. And what you're going to do is you're going to click on tracking info right here, and you're going to click on tracking code. So that will give you your tracking ID and your global site tag. So what you can do is you can take this global site tag, copy it, and if you're using a WordPress website, you can use a plugin called Insert Headers and Footers. So it's a completely free plugin. It allows you to add scripts and tags to your website, completely free. So Insert Headers and Footers, you just download that plugin, and then all you need to do with your Google tag is come here, copy and paste it in the header, and come down to the bottom and click on Save. So once you click on save, that's going to make sure that your Google Analytics is connected to your website. So then it's tracking everything that's happening on your website. So now since your Google Ads and Google Analytics accounts are linked and you have Google Analytics set up on your website, you're able to start creating goals in Google Analytics that you can use as conversions. So for the first example, what I'm going to be doing here is we're going to come over to this page. So we have our newsletter page right here. So it's sign up for a newsletter for a free video and ebook. So just some free things people can get when they do sign up for our newsletter, in addition to all of our emails and all of our content. So if you come here, you can see first name and email address. That's all I'm collecting here. If you're wondering how to create a form like this that redirects to another page, we created a video so you can find on our channel embedded MailChimp forms that redirect to a thank you page and Google Ads conversion tracking. So exactly how to do this process. And what we're going to do is we're going to come back over to this page, and what I'm going to show you here is when someone does fill out this form and they click on sign up now, it's going to redirect them to this confirmation page. So it's going to say, please confirm your email address. Thank you for signing up. So every time someone hits this page, I know that they filled out my newsletter because there's no other way to find this page on my website. So what we want to do is we want to track this page as a conversion into Google Ads. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over to Google Analytics here, and we're going to come back under view over here. We're going to go to goals. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create a new goal. So we have our goal set up. What we're going to do is we're going to click on custom here, and we're going to click on continue. And our goal will just be confirmation page. And then the type is going to be destination. We're going to click on continue. And then what we can do is destination equals to, and all we need to do here is select confirm. So it's just going to say, just use the slash and then whichever page you're sending people to. So it's just going to be /confirm. You can set a value for this goal if you want to. We're not going to set a value for this. We can verify this goal to make sure that it is working. So you can see a 2.3% conversion rate based on data from the past 7 days. And we can click on save. So that's going to create that goal here, confirmation page, for every time someone does hit that page on our website. Now what we want to do is we want to come back over to Google Ads, and under tools here, you want to click on conversions. So when you're in your Google Ads account, you click on Tools, Conversions, and it'll bring you to this page just right here. And this is going to have all of our conversions here. So what we're going to do under Conversion Actions, we're going to click on this plus sign. We're going to click on Import to import our conversion from Google Analytics and click on Continue. So you're going to see right here, confirmation page. So any of the goals that you haven't imported yet, you can see we've imported 8 goals, mostly just from other tutorials that we've created. So we can import this goal right here and click on Import and Continue. So now we've imported this goal from Google Analytics. So there's one more thing that we need to do to make sure that we're optimizing for this conversion specifically. So there's 2 different options that you have. You can optimize for an individual conversion action, or you can optimize for conversion action sets. So you can see here, we just have an example conversion action. What we can do is if we click on to create a new conversion action set, we'll just do example conversion action set. And we can just select a couple of different goals here. So let's just say we want to optimize for this marketing page. So every time someone hits our marketing page, and we'll do our confirmation page. So anytime someone does either of these goals here, we want to count that as a conversion, and we can click on Save. So this will allow us to optimize for multiple conversions in the same campaign. So what we want to do next, we want to come back to our campaign screen. So we have our campaign here. So we're going to click on our newsletter and free ebook campaign, and we're going to go to Settings. And under additional settings here, you can see we have conversions right here. It's going to say campaign level conversion setting. So what we can do is it's going to say use the account level include in conversion settings. So what that means is any of the conversions that you have on your conversions page that say to include in conversions will be optimized for in this campaign. So to give you a quick example of that, let's use our confirmation page here. So if we click on that conversion right here, it's going to say include in conversions, yes. So any of the conversions here that say include in conversions, you're going to see them right here. All of these would be counted right now. So what that would do is say use the account level include in conversion settings. So it would optimize for every single conversion that we have here. That's not really a best practice. You can do that if you have just a couple of different conversions imported here or added here that you want to optimize for in your campaign. But really what you want to do is if you're optimizing for multiple conversions is you want to use conversion action sets. So what we can do rather than doing that is click on choose conversion actions for this campaign. We're going to click here. You're going to see our example conversion action set that we just had. So anytime someone hits this confirmation page or the marketing page, we want to count it as a conversion and click on Save. Then Save, and that's going to include that conversion action set for our conversions for this campaign. That's all we're going to be optimizing for is those 2 conversions. And then otherwise what we can do is click here and click on this instead, go to conversion actions. And rather than optimizing for multiple conversions, we can just use our confirmation page. So it's right here, confirmation page, the one that we just created. Click on Save. So now we're just optimizing for anytime someone hits on that confirmation page after they fill out our form for our newsletter. So that's a really simple way to really optimize for conversions and make sure you're tracking every time someone hits a certain page on your website. You can use any different page. So let's just say, for example, you're selling something. If people are redirected to a page on your website after they purchase something from you, you can use that page as well and set a value on that page. So if every time someone purchases something from you, it costs $50, for example, let's just say you're selling a marketing course, they hit a confirmation page, you can count that as a $50 conversion, and then you can optimize your bidding for every single conversion. So ideally what you want to do is use this target TPA or target return on ad spend bidding strategies. We have a little bit more about bidding on our channel if you're interested in learning more about some different bidding strategies that you can use through Google Ads. But ultimately with target TPA and target return on ad spend, they will optimize for the conversions happening on your website. Now, the next thing I want to go through is, let's just say we come back over here to the confirmation page and I want to track every time someone clicks on this link right here. So you can do this for any link or button on your website. But let's just say, for example, I want to track every time someone clicks on this link right here. So it's going to say, please confirm your email address. Thank you for signing up. Subscribe to the Surfside PPC YouTube channel here. So let's say I want to optimize for that. So I know people are going to my YouTube channel and either viewing a video or hopefully subscribing to our channel. So what you can do next is we're going to come back over to conversions here and we're going to click to create a new conversion. And what we're going to do is we're going to select a website conversion and we're going to do category here. So you could do purchase, lead, page view, sign up, other. So really whatever you want to do here. So I'll just select this as other for right now. Conversion name, what we're going to do is YouTube link. we'll just use the same value for each conversion. We'll just say every single conversion is worth $1. So we're going to count every single conversion. So every time someone clicks on that URL, or you can just do 1 to count unique clicks, but we'll just do every for this one. The conversion window will do 30 days. And then what we can do with view through conversion is 1 day, include in conversion is yes, and then attribution model. So we've gone over attribution modeling in one of our previous videos, but there's different attribution models you can use for search network and shopping conversions. If you see here, they have last click, so gives all credit to the last clicked ad. First click gives all credit to the first clicked ad. Linear distributes credit equally across the entire conversion path. Time decay will give more credit to the clicks that happen closer to the conversion. And then position base is going to give the most credit to the first and last click, and then it's going to distribute credit equally along all the middle clicks. So this is useful if, for example, you're running a search campaign, a shopping campaign, a remarketing campaign, you're driving traffic from organic search, you're getting direct traffic. So all of these things can be useful in your attribution modeling. So you know if someone goes to your website directly first, and then they click on a paid search ad, and then they go click on an organic listing of your website in search engines, and then they go maybe see a remarketing ad, click on that, they click on it, they end up converting. You can understand how different conversions are happening on your website. So we're just going to do last click. So the last click, so when someone actually just clicks on this link, we're going to count it as a conversion. So we're going to click on create and continue here. And the next going to say select how you want to install your tag. You can either use Google Tag Manager or install the tag yourself. For this, I'm just going to show you how to install the tag yourself, make it really simple. So we click here, it's going to say see code for HTML. And what we're going to do is we're going to track this on the click. So when someone actually clicks on a button or link, we want to track for that click. So now you can see here, what we're going to do is you can see global site tag isn't installed in your HTML pages. So that would be if you didn't install Google Analytics on your page already. So we just put the global site tag on our page in that previous step. So all we need to do is take this right here, copy it. We're going to come back over to insert headers and footers. So where we entered our global site tag here, what we're going to do is copy and paste this right here. So you just want to copy and paste that code right here. So right in your global site tag. So if we come back over to conversion tracking, you can see this is the piece of code that we need to put right there. So we're going to take this right here and put it right in this global site tag for Google Analytics. So that's going to allow us to track clicks on our website. So now we're going to come back over here. Now the next thing you need to do is under click, it's going to say event snippet for YouTube link conversion page. And then all you need to do is you can add this site wide. So we can take this right here, copy it, come back to insert headers and footers and enter it right below there. So it's going to be our event snippet for YouTube link conversion page. So now we're one step away from being able to track every time someone clicks on specific links on our website. So we have this site wide right here. So we're going to come back over here, and what we're going to do is we're going to click on next. Okay, so you can see here, YouTube link. Right now it's unverified. So there's one more step that we need to do before we can get started with using this. So we're going to come back over to our confirmation page where we can edit this page. So what we want to do is we want to track this link right here. So anytime someone clicks on this URL, and the way you do that is you call the on tag conversion event, and that's going to track those clicks back into Google Ads. Okay, so I've entered it here. So what it is a on click equals, and you're going to put in quotes, return G tag report conversion. And then where you see these 2 pound symbols or hashtag symbols, what you want to do is replace those with your URL. So we have this right here. So this is actually where we're sending the traffic to. So we're going to copy it. We're going to come here, we're going to paste it right here, and then we're going to paste it right here. So you need to replace both of those with your URL. And what this does is going to report a conversion every time that someone clicks on this link right here on this page back into Google Ads. So you're going to see right here, this one right here is unverified. So we set up one right here for sample lead. We have that on a separate page on our website. So if you have multiple of these links on your website that you want to track separately, you actually need to do this a little bit differently, which I'll show you in a second. But what we're going to do is we're going to come back over to our confirmation page. We're going to click on update here. And what you're going to see is it's going to say subscribe to the Surfside PPC YouTube channel here. So this right here doesn't track for conversions at all. If we come back over to the page, that's going to be this top link right here. And then this bottom link where we have it, what we would want to do is replace this right here with all of this code down here. So we get to come right here, we would copy and paste this right here. So then every time someone does click on that link, we're able to track it. So this one right here, when people do click on it, it's going to send them directly to our YouTube channel, and it will actually track every time someone clicks through to that URL. So it's the best way to really track clicks that are happening on your website. But one thing to keep in mind is if you're using this for multiple different clicks, you want to track clicks separately, you need to actually only add that code to individual pages. So to give you a quick example, on our newsletter page right here, we have the same exact thing. So let's just say we open up our newsletter page. So on our newsletter page, if we scroll down here, what you can see is there's a link at the bottom that says download now. So if someone clicks on it, it's going to open up our ebook. So when you click on it, it's going to open up our ebook. So you can use this for anything you really want to. When people click on a specific link on your website, it's going to track that as a conversion back into Google Ads. So on our page here, you can see if we scroll to the bottom, we have the same thing. A on-click return G tag report conversion. And you can see we're sending people to this URL here. We have this URL and it says download now. So that's exactly what it says on our newsletter page. So it's the same thing now on our confirmation page. You can see subscribe to the Surfside PPC YouTube channel here. We've replaced that link, so we have it right here. So anytime someone clicks on that, it's going to count it as a conversion. Now to make sure you can track multiple clicks separately as separate conversion events is you want to come over to conversions here. You can see right here is our sample lead. So that's actually where we set up the click conversion. So you can see if we click on tag for sample lead, what we want to do is go to install the tag yourself. We have it set up as a click tag. So what you can see here is rather than setting up this piece of code site-wide, like we did here in insert headers and footers, so you can see right here, this is our event snippet for our YouTube link conversion page. Rather than doing that for our sample lead, what you want to do is get rid of this right here. All you need to do is enter this right here in your global site tag. So you enter this right here. You can find that as you're setting up your conversion. You can see right here, the global site tag is already installed. So it's the same piece of code for both of these conversions that you enter in your global site tag. So we're going to copy this right here. We come over to insert headers and footers, copy and paste that right here. We click on save at the bottom. And then what we want to do is in our page, in our newsletter page, so we're going to come back in our page at the very top, we have this script right here. So we just copy and pasted that script right here. So we'll copy and paste, and you're going to see it's the event snippet for the sample lead conversion page. So it's only going to track on this page rather than tracking site-wide. So where you see send to, it's going to send this event as a conversion just for that sample lead conversion. Now what we would do on our confirmation page, so you can see it's our YouTube link rather than people that are downloading our ebook, we would come back over here to details. So we're going to come back to our conversions page right here. And what we can do is we can click on this YouTube link, and under tag setup, we're going to click on this again, click on install the tag yourself. So we have the global site tag. So we already put this piece of code in our global site tag. And then where it says click, we're going to copy this right here. So we're going to copy it. We'd come back over to our confirmation page and just put this at the very top of our confirmation page. So we're just putting this script on this individual page here, and it's going to send this conversion separately. So if you look at these pieces of code right here, these are both separate on each of these individual pages. So that's going to allow Google Ads to track these clicks separately. So I know every time someone does click on my ebook to download it, or if someone's clicking on my YouTube link. So that's how you can track clicks. You can track them site-wide. So if you're tracking them site-wide, you just have one. So for example, if I just want to track every time someone clicks through on my YouTube channel, I can count that as one type of click. Otherwise, if I want to track every time someone clicks on my ebook, every time someone clicks on my YouTube channel, or different types of links on my website, you can track those separately. So hopefully that all makes sense. That's how you can track clicks here as a conversion in Google Ads. And then you would optimize for them the same exact way as you would do for every time someone fills out a form. You would just go to your campaign in the campaign settings and make sure you track those as conversions and optimize your campaign for those conversions. So that's how that works. Now, the last thing I'm going to go through is how to set up conversion tracking on a Shopify website, specifically how to track conversions and transactions on your website. So you can track every time someone actually goes through one of your Google ads to your website and purchases something from you, and then ultimately optimize for those conversions. So that will be the last part of this video. So how you can import really your Shopify transaction data right into Google Ads so that you can optimize for it in your campaigns. So it's an important step you want to take really before you ever get started running any of your campaigns. So when you go into your Google Ads account, one of the things you want to do is come up to Tools here in the top corner, and under Measurement, you want to click Conversions, and you're going to see a screen that looks just like this. And this is where you can import all of your conversions that you're going to be optimizing for. So the way I like to do it is if we come over to Google Analytics first. So we come to our Google Analytics screen, and where I want to start is the main admin screen. So you want to go into property settings here, and you want to take the UA code that Google Analytics will give you. So it should look like a string of numbers, UA dash, and then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, dash 1. So something like that. And what you want to do is under property settings, you want to take your UA code, and you want to come over to Shopify, and you want to copy and paste it. So you come into online store here, you go to preferences, and you want to enter your Google Analytics account code right here. So here's one, UA-66, and a string of more numbers. And you can find that by going to Google Analytics and going right to your property settings. So when you click on property settings, you're going to see it right there. You just want to copy that and paste it directly into Google Analytics. And then you also want to use enhanced e-commerce. And you get to this page in Shopify by going to online store down the left-hand side. So when you sign into your Shopify website, you're in your admin screen, and you can really just take your URL here, myshopify.com/admin/online_store/preferences. So you go into online store and then preferences and then Google Analytics. You want to enter that code and enhanced e-commerce. So that's all you need to do first to get started. So that's going to put Google Analytics on your Shopify website. Now, the next thing you need to do is come over here to e-commerce settings, and you want to make sure you enable e-commerce and enable enhanced e-commerce reporting and click on save. So when you come in here, if this says off, just make sure you select on, and you can do this underneath the view portion of your Google Analytics account in the admin screen. So we're right in admin right now. So you come over here to e-commerce settings and you click on and click on save. So that's the first two things you need to get started. What that's going to allow you to do is come in here to conversions, and if you go to e-commerce and overview, you can actually track all of your Shopify conversions directly into Google Analytics. So your transactions, your average order value, your revenue, your conversion rate. So all of that will be tracked right into Google Analytics. And one of the main things you're going to see here is transactions. So what we're going to do now is come back over to Google Ads. So we're going to come to Google Ads here. And the next thing you want to do is make sure your Google Ads and Google Analytics accounts are linked. So you're going to come here to Tools and you're going to Linked Accounts. So when you click on Linked Accounts, you're going to see a page that looks like this. And here you can just click on Google Analytics and click on Details and make sure that your accounts are linked. Now, the other way to do this as well is if you go into Google Analytics and you come back into your admin screen here. So what you can do in Google Analytics is just go here and do Google Ads linking and just make sure that your account is linked right here. So you can do it one way or the other. And it's going to allow your Google Analytics and Google Ads accounts to basically communicate and send data back and forth to each other. So now that you have your accounts linked, you have Google Analytics set up on your Shopify website, what you can do now is import transactions directly into Google Ads. So we're going to come over here to conversion actions. So you're going to go to tools and conversions in your Google Ads account. So that's going to allow you to get to this page. So what you can do now is click on the plus sign. We can come over here to import. So it's going to say import conversions from another system, including Google Analytics. So you obviously need Google Analytics on your Shopify website so that you can record data on your website. And then you obviously need your accounts linked. So we click right here and click on continue. So what it's going to show now is the transaction data right here. So this is our transaction conversion. So we can click on it and we can click on import and continue. So now we've imported one transaction from Google Analytics. So we can click on done now, come over to conversion actions, and what we can do is click on transactions right here, and it's going to have some details. So we can click on edit settings, and what we can say is conversion name transaction category is going to be purchase sale. So we click on save. Value, it's going to use the value and currency from analytics and use the same currency as in analytics. So we'll click on save. Source is going to be analytics. So since we have our accounts linked, so everything else looks good. All website data, transaction, we're going to count every single conversion. Our conversion window will be 30 days. we want to include it in conversions. And then under attribution model, so I recently did a video about attribution models. You really want to use data driven. If you just really want to count last click conversions, so it gives all the credit to the last click ad, you can do that. You can do linear, so that's going to distribute clicks equally. So if people make multiple clicks before they actually convert on your website, then you can use linear. Or you can use time decay. So that gives more credit to the clicks that happen closer in time to the conversion. So just a few different options when it comes to attribution models. And you can look at your attribution modeling reports if you want more information about this. We also have a video on our channel that will be very helpful about attribution models and reports. So you click on save now, and we can click on done. So now we have our transaction imported into Google Ads. We're using the value and currency from analytics for this transaction. And the last thing we want to do is we want to open up our campaign. Okay, so we've opened up our search campaign here. So you can see if you go into your all campaign screen under Google Ads, you can open up one of your search campaigns, and you can come right into settings here. So under settings, here's kind of the settings I generally use, especially when I'm first getting started. So you can see I have my campaign name, status right now is paused, I'm still building the campaign. My goal is sales. So my goal for this campaign is to drive sales. So networks, I use Google Search Network and Search Partners. Do not use the Google Display Network for search campaigns. Use that just for display network campaigns. So you can do United States or whatever your locations are, languages, so budget, whatever your budgeting is per day. Bidding, I like to start with a cost per click with the enhanced bidding strategy. And ultimately what I want to do is get to target return on ad spend, particularly for Shopify campaigns. So start and end dates if you want to do that. Now the last thing will be conversions. So ad rotation I keep as optimized, but under conversions, what I want to do is choose conversion actions for this campaign and click on select conversion actions. So what I want to do is use transactions. So that means that my conversion actions for this campaign, it's going to optimize for transactions. I can click on save. And you can use multiple conversions at once. I'll show you how to do that in the future. But this is really where you want to get started. So you're trying to drive transactions with your campaign, and we're going to click on save. So now it's that simple. We're all ready to go. We can start optimizing for transactions in this campaign. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. Thanks for watching my video today, and make sure you subscribe to the Surfside PPC YouTube channel.